Friday, April 5th, everyone. Hunter here again at North Central Weather Center. And in today's weather forecast, we will be looking at severe weather chances across the north central states this weekend, and then a slow moving storm moving across the eastern viewing area as we go into next week, bringing heavy rain and potentially some lower chances for severe weather. So thank you guys for joining me here on this Friday. And make sure if you are new to the channel and you like detailed, accurate weather forecasts across the north central states, that you do become a subscriber to the channel, as we will keep you covered throughout the year. Also, be sure to press the like button, the thumbs up button down below. It helps to get all of this information passed along to more and more people. So let's look at your weather forecast here for today on your Friday, April 5th, and looking at our morning lows to start off the day. Temperatures down sub-freezing across portions of the upper Midwest, some areas into the upper 20s this morning, and with a slight breeze out there across the Dakotas into portions of, say, Wisconsin, eastern Iowa, into portions of the Illinois Valley here in the land of Lincoln. We did see temperatures with our wind chills drop back into the low 20s to start off the morning. But as we go into the afternoon, we're still staying cooler across the east here with the remnants of that slow-moving low-pressure system that's been spinning across the Great Lakes the last few days, bringing us a lot of cloud cover, a lot of rain and snow, but we're still seeing temperatures into the east across the 40s and 50s. Western areas begin to warm up with return flow, and look at that, western Kansas up into the low 80s this afternoon. Looking at our precipitation, though, we're going to see dry weather for the entire north central U.S. So you can see this morning continues to remain dry. This afternoon will remain dry, and a lot of us will see mixed sun and clouds as we go into the afternoon. And even into this evening, into tonight, we're seeing mainly clear skies, maybe a partly cloudy sky across our far east going into tonight. So bone dry conditions expected, not any meaningful precipitation over the next 24 hours or so. As we go into the weekend here on Saturday, April 6th into Sunday, April 7th, we are keeping an eye on a warming trend. So as we go into Saturday, April 6th, this is tomorrow, you can see temperatures across our central and western areas getting into the 60s, perhaps as far north there as North Dakota and South Dakota. Still cooler across our east, but beginning to warm up into the low 50s as we go across Wisconsin there into Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, and Kentucky. So we're going to start to warm up over there. And then as we go into Sunday, a lot of us are going to be warming into the 60s and 70s where we have bare ground. Now to the north, we still have that snowpack left over from recent snowstorms there from northern Wisconsin back through portions of central Minnesota and the eastern Dakotas. That will leave our temperatures much cooler with that snowpack on the ground into the 30s and 40s to end the weekend on Sunday. Now, we are tracking a new storm system. This storm system will be ejecting across our western viewing area on Saturday and then across the rest of our area as we go into Sunday with some precipitation. So let's look at this here. On Saturday, our area is going to be in the warm sector of the storm. There's your low pressure system in northeastern Colorado, a 989 millibar low pressure, so very respectable pressures there. As we go into Saturday, it's mainly Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening into Saturday night. We need to keep an eye on that cold front here as this system intersects some warm, moist, but unstable air across especially Nebraska, over here into western Iowa, down into east central portions of Kansas, and perhaps northwest Missouri. We may have enough wind shear, enough moisture to provide the threat for some severe storms, and the Storm Prediction Center does agree with a day 2 slight risk of severe weather here across portions of Nebraska near the Lincoln and Hastings region, down into northeastern Kansas near the Wichita and Topeka area here. So we'll definitely have to monitor that, and it does come with the threat for an isolated tornado here from central and eastern Nebraska down into east central Kansas into our viewing area. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Moving into Sunday now, that system will start to weaken in a sprawling area of precipitation across the northern U.S. from the northern plains into the upper Midwest and into parts of the western Ohio Valley will be likely on Sunday. This could be with a little bit of colder air to the north because we still have that snowpack. So that could change some of our rain over to snow showers or a mix of rain and snow across areas of northwest Wisconsin, central Minnesota, back into the Dakotas on Sunday. That will continue largely into Sunday night with that sprawling area of low pressure across our northern viewing area. As we go into Sunday, though, the warm sector of that storm could leave us with a marginal risk, level 1 out of 5 of severe weather on the severe weather scale across downstate Illinois here from, say, Peoria, southward towards St. Louis and Springfield, over toward Indianapolis, Paducah, Kentucky, into the Louisville region. So we'll keep an eye on that as we go into Sunday. All modes of severe weather will be possible, but damaging winds and hail will be the primary severe weather mode on Sunday. Overall, looking at precipitation this weekend, decent rains here across portions of our central and our north, across portions of the upper Midwest, the northern plains back here through the Ohio Valley. If you get under one of these thunderstorms, they could start to drop more of those inch to maybe 2 inch per hour rainfall rates. So we'll keep an eye on those areas for some flash flooding concerns. But overall, pretty dry. So I think that we're going to see a lot of that kind of just running off, not really any flash flooding concerns too much. And looking at the snowfall prospects, while we can't rule out maybe a dusting to a half an inch maybe across our north, I really don't think this is going to be a significant snow event for us whatsoever. Now, as we go into next week, Monday, April 8th through Friday, April 12th here, looking at our temperature anomalies during that 5-day period, warmer into the east, normal temperature anomalies into the central, and cooler below normal temperature anomalies across the west here, and very active weather, especially across our eastern viewing area from the Great Lakes down through the Ohio River Valley and into portions of the Midwest here. And you can see that's with a new low pressure system and its associated trough that's going to be moving into the Four Corners region on Monday. That will be moving into portions there of, say, the southern U.S. by Wednesday, and then on up through our eastern viewing area as we go into late next week on Friday. So a slow moving system here as we go into Monday. Still the remnants of some precip to our north, maybe a couple sprinkles to our south with some moisture down there. As we go into Tuesday, pretty dry day overall for most of us here in the north central U.S. outside of a couple sprinkles or rain showers. As we go into Wednesday, the main low down here in northeast Texas will be producing more significant severe weather south of our area, but the northern precip shield could start to clip areas here across portions of Kansas into Missouri and maybe Kentucky during that Wednesday time frame. Thursday is when we really start to set up some heavy deformation rains across Ohio River Valley here up into Michigan, back through downstate Illinois into downstate Missouri, back into portions of southeastern Kansas on Thursday, and then that will slowly move out from west to east as we end the week there on Friday. Overall, this is going to be a healthy rainfall producer wherever it sets up here. Currently, from Michigan, Ohio, back through Indiana there, Kentucky, back through especially eastern but southern Illinois, into southeastern and southern Missouri, maybe southeastern Kansas there. That's the area of concern for over an inch of rain, and some of those areas could see up to as much as 4 inches of rain through next week. A lot drier, though, across our north and northwest, so we're going to see some precipitation, but not the heavy precipitation they're seeing across the east through next week. Looking at snowfall prospects, really not seeing the cold air in place for next week for any meaningful snow accumulations, so we are good there. But looking at the following weekend, on Saturday, April 13th into Sunday, April 14th now, looking at our temperature anomalies, yes, we start to get more of those spring-like temperatures across the north central states, and some of our areas here will be up to 20 degrees above normal for the middle of April. Once we get there, looking at precip trends, we'll be able to enjoy those warmer temperatures because it looks like a lot of us will remain dry outside of maybe a weaker system to our north producing rain and or snow as we start to get rid of that cold air on Saturday. And really Sunday looking pretty dry outside of a couple sprinkles up there towards our upper Midwestern and northern plains regions as we finish off the following weekend. So looking at precipitation amounts there, pretty few and far between. We really don't see a lot of precipitation, so we'll eventually be able to enjoy a lot of that spring-like warmth, get outdoors and do some outdoor activities as we go into the following weekend towards the middle of April. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like these detailed, accurate weather forecasts, consider being a subscriber here to North Central Weather Center. We'll keep you covered on the weather throughout the year. Also, be sure to press the like button, the thumbs up button down below. It helps out more than you know. Thank you guys so much for watching North Central Weather Center. Another video is planned for either this weekend or early next week on Monday, so be sure to tune in for that. Hunter here again at North Central Weather Center. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday, everybody.